Hi, this is Carrie Clark from SpeechAndLanguageKids.com. I'm going to spend the next 5 to 6 minutes showing you how to help a child say the k and the g sounds by themselves. The approach that I'm going to show you is considered an articulation approach. That means that you would start by teaching the child to say the sound by itself, k, k, or g, g, and then you would move to syllables like ka, ko, ku. After that, you would work on single words like cup, cat, call, and then phrases, my cup, the cat, call me. After that, you work on sentences, I see the cat, and then move on to conversational speech. The most important part of this whole process is getting that first step, showing the child how to say the k or the g sound by themselves. This is where I see most people get stuck. Keep watching to learn some tricks on how you can teach the k and the g sounds in isolation. Trick 1. Open your mouth. The first thing you want to do is ask the child to repeat the k and g sounds after you. If the child can already imitate one of those sounds, you'll want to go ahead and move on with that one. If not, tell your child that you're going to say the sounds again, but you're going to try to do it with your mouth very wide open. It'll sound like this. Okay, we're going to say our k sound, but we got to open real wide. Watch me. K, k, k. See if your child can imitate it that way. If not, try the g sound. Say, okay, let's try the g sound. Open real wide. G, 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 g. What this does is it forces the tongue back to the back of the mouth. If one of those works for the child, then you'll want to go ahead and move on with that sound. If not, you'll move on to the next trick. Trick 2. Use visual cues. The next trick you will try will teach the child to put his tongue all the way back to the back of his mouth for the k and the g sound. Explain to the child that he'll need to put his tongue way back to the back. Show him where the back is by pointing to your jawbone or down to your throat. Then say the sound again while putting your hand near your throat so that he has the visual cue of putting the tongue back to the back. When I do this, I like to use the ASL hand signs, so I'll use a C for the k, k sound, and I'll use a G for the g, g sounds. Go ahead and imitate those for your child and have him imitate them back. Say, okay, let me hear k, k, k. Get your tongue way back here, k, k, or g, g, g. If the child's able to do one of those sounds with the visual cues, you'll want to go ahead and move on with that sound. If not, try the next cue. Trick 3. Push down the tongue. If the child is still struggling to say k or g and is saying t or d instead, he may need a little help holding the tip of his tongue down. Tell the child that you're going to say the sound again, but this time you're going to push down the tip of your tongue to hold it down so that the back will do the work. It'll sound like this. Okay, we're going to say our k sound again, but we got to hold down our tongue. See the tip? There's the tip right there. Let's hold it down. K, k, k. Or you can do the same with g, g, g. Have the child use his own finger to push his tongue down for this. If the child's able to do that for one of the sounds, you can go ahead and move forward. If not, you may need to help him hold down his tongue for him. Obviously, I don't recommend sticking your finger in the child's mouth, so what I would use is a dum-dum or a popsicle stick. The dum-dum is a little more fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the dum-dum or the popsicle stick, and you're going to gently push down the tip of the tongue right there and hold it in place while the child imitates you saying k or g. It's going to look like this. Okay, so imagine that you're putting this in the child's mouth instead of me putting it in my own mouth. So you're going to start with the popsicle stick or the dum-dum and say, okay, we're going to say our k sounds, but I'm going to hold down your tongue. Ready? Tell me k. Then when the child tries, you do this. Or g, g, g. The child's probably going to try to get his tongue up and over the popsicle or the dum-dum, so you want to try to just kind of wiggle it around and make sure that that tongue stays in place. Obviously, don't push down so hard that you're going to hurt him, but just do it gently and see if that works. Or g, g, g. If one of those works, then you'll want to move forward with that one. If not, then you'll want to move on to the next trick. Trick 4. Growl like a monster. Okay, that's not working. Let's try something else. Let's see if your child can make any sounds in the back of the mouth. Tell the child that you want to start by making a growling sound. Say, growl like me. What you're going to do then is you're going to make a growl in the back of your mouth, and you're going to make it with your tongue in the same position as the K sound or the K sound. You can do this by trying to make the K sound longer and hold it out. It's going to sound like this. You can also make this more fun by making scary faces with it. Then what you're going to do is see if the child can shorten it back down to a normal sounding K. It may take a few weeks to get a proper K sound out of this, but here's what it might sound like. You can also try getting a G sound from some non-speech sounds by having the child try to gargle some water. That'll get a g kind of going in the back of the mouth. Okay, anything else? One of those first 4 tricks almost always works for me, but if you have a child that's really struggling, here are some other strategies that have worked for other therapists. You can have the child lie on his back. Lying back on the back will bring the tongue backward and hopefully bring it into the right position for the k or g sounds. You can also try any of the above exercises while lying on his back. You can also push up under the child's tongue. This soft spot right here is directly below the tongue, so if you push up and back, that will get the tongue elevated back to that back position for the k and g sounds. Another fun one is dinosaur stomping. Tell the child that you're going to make some stomping sounds like a dinosaur. You can use your hands for the dinosaur's feet and say k, 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 k. That will get that back K sound for you. Another one is pretending to cough. A coughing sound is usually produced back in the back of the throat. So if you make a k, 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 pretend coughing sound, you may be able to get a k or a g in there. What else has worked for you? Leave a comment below so that other people can benefit from the strategies that you found that are helpful for your clients as well. Now what? Once the child can say a k or a g sound on his own, you'll want to keep practicing it until the child can say it about 80% of the time without a lollipop and without a popsicle stick. Once he can do this, then you will move on to saying the sound in syllables like ko, ku, ki. And then after he's mastered syllables, you'll move on to single words and phrases and so on. If you'd like to learn all of the steps to teaching a child a new sound, you can download my free ebook at www.speechandlanguagekids.com/YouTube offer. Go on there and you'll be able to download the free ebook, which gives you step-by-step instructions on teaching a new sound. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my channel so that you can be alerted to all of the new videos as soon as they go live. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.